Beautiful year, and the Lord has given us a lot of grace. I personally have experienced the grace of God in business, in family, in ministry, and in every sphere of my life. And I'm really hopeful that the same case has applied to you. And because we have a little bit of the remaining part of the year, I'm sure you can experience the overflowing grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. So I'm in celebration, and I'm just saying this because I have a testimony of what God has done for me. Yeah, this is yet another Sunday evening, and we have our show as usual. And I'm looking forward to a very amazing conversation, to your viewership, and to your interaction through your questions and through your comments. And I just want to welcome you to occupy today's show on Hope TV Kenya, that we may together celebrate what God is doing in business and learn. There's a lot of learning to be done. I'm sure you're looking forward to learning something, as I also look forward, because we have a guest in studio tonight. My name is Sarah Kajuju. I am a life purpose coach. I do life purpose coaching as well as youth and entrepreneurship coaching. And I'm looking forward to a beautiful, beautiful conversation this evening. So most welcome. Please sit back, relax, enjoy the show with us, because I have Collins in studio. He is power-packed. He's an expert. He has seen good days in business, and I'm sure that we're going to learn from you, Collins, tonight. So I want to welcome you on the show tonight. Karibu sana. Feel at peace. You can relax. Sit back on your chair and enjoy the show, as I enjoy learning from you, and as our audience as well learn from you. So yes, tonight we are discussing on governance in perspective to entrepreneurship. Many of you with businesses, you're growing your businesses, but I wonder how you govern your businesses. So we have an expert in studio tonight to tell us more about governance. So if you don't have a board or people who help you to run with your business, to help you make decisions and so on and so forth, Collins is in studio. And karibu sana, Collins. You can introduce yourself, tell us what you've been doing, what you're doing, and what you bring to us tonight.
Wow, thank you so much, Sarah, for having me here.
Yeah.
I must say, it's my first time in studio, and I'm liking it. And,
Yeah.
thank
You'd
you
better
for the
love
job.
it.
Yes.
You'd better like it.
Thank you. It's a good job that you're doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, where our society is right now, entrepreneurship, I always say, is the next must-have literacy. There before, we used to say computer is the must-have literacy, but
Yeah.
entrepreneurship, we have learned, is a life skill.
Yeah.
So my names are Collins Kamole. I'm from Christian Business Angels.
Yes.
I represent Christian Business Angels here. And my capacity is I'm the financial controller
Yes.
of Christian Business Angels.
Yeah.
But yeah, since I'm the only person on the ground,
Yes.
I undertake everything which comes with the goals and objectives of Christian Business Angels.
Yeah.
Yes,
Christian Business Angels. That sounds interesting.
it is.
CBA.
CBA.
These are angels from above, or where are they coming from?
Yes, most of the time I say our name really betrays us. But anyway, when you look at it objectively, we are here to fund jobs. We are here to facilitate entrepreneurs to create jobs. And we don't say we fund entrepreneurs, we just fund entrepreneurs, but we say we fund impact in terms
Wow.
of job creation in a profitable venture.
Okay.
Because again, you can never create jobs
Yeah.
where there is no profitability.
I know.
Above funding, we really, the funding to us is not like the main thing, because
Yeah.
we really want to work with the entrepreneur
Uh-huh.
to the point where he grows and many jobs are created.
Yeah.
So on top of the funding itself, or the financial aspect of it, is the coaching and
Yes.
the training
Yeah.
that we also do, and also collaboration with other partner organizations who are adding value to the whole ecosystem
Yeah.
when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is generally what CBA is.
Wow.
Yes.
massive and great things you're doing.
Thank
I love it when I hear that there are people who are dedicated to growing businesses in Kenya
Yes.
and beyond Kenya. I don't know whether you do it for the rest of Africa. It's exciting to hear that there are people who wake up every day to
Yes.
see to it that they're impacting and they're growing businesses. Because when you grow one person's business, it becomes an employer of so many others, and we are able to solve the problem in our country today of unemployment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when we are looking at entrepreneurship, I always
Yes.
say there's always a difference between an entrepreneur and a business person.
Yes.
Or a businessman or
Yes.
a woman for
Yes.
that matter.
Yes.
Because an entrepreneur sells value.
Yeah.
An entrepreneur is, in very basic terms, I look at an entrepreneur as one person who will buy, let's say, a fruit from market A,
Yeah.
but sell in market B, sell a fruit juice. He has added value.
Yeah.
And that is the solutions that entrepreneurs bring.
Yes.
And you find an entrepreneur, if they are not able to innovate, they add value. And that is what the society is looking at.
I know. You can say that again. Amazing, amazing. And I'm glad to belong to the same world as you.
Exactly.
Collins, it's a very exciting world, and you never get enough of just changing lives through impacting the
Exactly.
lives of
Exactly.
business people.
Exactly.
So most welcome, and I'm glad to speak on the topic of entrepreneurship and governance.
Yes.
Those are two very big words.
Yes.
And I would want you to tell us, why would we even be discussing governance?
Governance.
Is it such a big issue? Is it such a big deal?
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
It is. I feel it is, and its time is now, if not yesterday.
Yeah.
Because as I have mentioned, entrepreneurs are here to add value to
Yes.
society,
Yes.
and it's quality value.
Yes.
And the journey of entrepreneur is not a simple one. It is a long and hard.
You can ask me
Which-
that and I'll tell you.
Exactly. And being in the CBA space has given me an opportunity to interact with entrepreneurs and learn quite a lot from the struggles entrepreneurs have to even how they end up failing, standing again and moving forward. And even during the conversations that we have, you come to realize that quite a lot in terms of governance is missing. So what is this governance that I'm talking about? So in relation to entrepreneurship, that is, you find that governance is the issue of guiding and giving direction. And what an entrepreneur will need, because every entrepreneur, the purpose of an entrepreneur is to grow.
Yes.
And in the process of growing, you will find all manner of scenarios,
Yeah.
complex issues. You need to make decisions. And, I most of the time say that entrepreneurs, if they are not careful, they end up suffering from founder's syndrome. Kind of a thing whereby
Yeah.
you feel, I started this venture.
Yeah.
I know what it's needed at any given point.
Yes.
But then you forget it will grow to a point whereby there are some complex decisions that you really need to make, and you cannot make it alone.
Yeah.
And it's not on the issue of growth in revenue or growth in number of staff, but the issue of when you are faced with the challenge of making complex decisions, that's the point you sit down and look at how am I able to make this decision and make the right decisions.
The right
at the right time.
decisions. And I wonder what some of these areas we are talking about in terms of decision are.
Yes.
Because probably somebody looking at this could say, what don't I know about my business?
Yes.
I know how to finance my business.
Yes.
I know how to take care of my customers.
Yes.
I know the operations of my business. I know PR for my business.
Yes.
What might these things
Yes.
entail? And as we run with this, dear viewers, I would love you to interact with us as we move on, and you can reach to us on the SMS line 22233. 22233 is our SMS line. Send in your comments as well as your questions. But also you can reach us on Instagram and Facebook on Hope TV _KE. Hope TV _KE. We are looking forward to your interaction through questions as well as comments. So what are these? What are these areas we're talking about, Collins?
That is a very good question, Sarah. we must admit that we are operating in times when so much has changed. We have the issue to do with emerging new government policies. We have the technology aspect of it. And even change of work post-COVID, so much
Yeah.
has changed. And you'll find the way we used to make decisions before is not the same way we are making decisions now. Or the kind of decisions that would push a business forward or an enterprise forward probably right now might not work. Because taking, for example, change of how people work.
Yes.
We're used to going to work 8 to 5.
I know.
But now, post-COVID, we realized people can work from wherever. And you are able to, you are expected to meet
The obligations of your business.
Exactly, exactly. So you find we are coming to a point whereby now entrepreneurs sitting down and realize that there are some skills that they don't possess. And as an entrepreneur, you will not find that you know everything.
No, you can't.
You will not say you know anything to do or everything to do with finance, everything to do with marketing, management of staff, and all that. And as your or enterprise grows, these issues become complex.
I hear you.
And you find you need like someone who is able to oversee your financial results. You will need someone who will be able to advise on better allocation of your earnings, or the issue of helping you to remain focused on your plans
Or the core of your
The core of your
business.
business.
Yeah.
When you come to the issues to do with marketing, you realize that an enterprise will come to a point whereby they need to bring on board a new either product line. They will need to venture into new markets.
Yeah.
And probably this is, most of the time you will find the entrepreneur doesn't possess this expertise.
You can say that again.
And you realize that at this point, it's when you will need someone who has that kind of expertise to come in, not on the management level, but to oversee. I look at an enterprise board as an operating system. When we look at it from IT perspective,
Yes.
an operating system and the management being an application, because this management needs to operate in a particular space, which I'm
yeah.
calling operating system. And this
Yes.
operating system should be a good one, an ideal operating system
Yes.
to facilitate this application now we are calling management to achieve
Yeah.
its objective
The desired
and
goal.
the desired goal
Yes.
of the whole enterprise.
organization.
Exactly. So looking at it from that point, you
Yeah.
realize the importance of having a board for an entrepreneur,
I see.
which again helps the entrepreneur to concentrate with some key or the core business
Of the business.
of management.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you run around making decisions or trying to wanting to make decisions on everything, probably you'll not get it right.
I know.
And when you look at the aspect of you have a board who are like, because we'll still talk about who is the ideal person for to become a board member.
Yeah.
You realize that quite a huge baggage is removed off
From your
your shoulders.
Yeah.
And you have people who are looking at you like, we would want you to achieve your objectives. They will keep you focused,
On check,
on
yeah.
check, and so that you achieve the vision that you have set
I
for
hear
your
you.
organization. Yes.
Wow, wow, amazing. So you're saying that, I don't know, and I want to ask, is it every organization, is it every enterprise, is it every business that would need a board, or there are some that need a board and others don't?
That is a very good question.
Yeah. And,
And I'm very sure even most of the viewers are asking that kind of
yes,
question.
yes.
Um,
Because I'm looking at it from
Yes.
businesses that are doing different things. There are some that are product oriented, others are service oriented.
Exactly.
There are some that are in technology, others are in, all
Exactly.
those sectors. And
Yes.
so is there an ideal sort of business that needs a board
board.
and another doesn't need?
Now, looking at it from how you have brought it, every business in every sector,
Yes.
at a given point in time, they will
Yes.
need a board.
Wow.
Reason being, what is their what is their objective? What is their vision? Their vision first is to make money and to grow in
Yeah.
terms of um, profitability
Yes.
and growing revenue.
Yes.
So all those enterprises, regardless of the sector they are in,
Yeah.
at some point they will
We'll need
require
a board. And you keep saying at some point.
Exactly.
So I want to find out,
Yes.
is it at the start?
Uh-huh.
Is it 2 years down?
Yes.
Is it 10 years down?
Exactly.
At what point
what
is
point?
the right time to have a board?
Exactly. I mentioned that as the enterprise grows,
Yes.
you will come to a point whereby you are faced by a scenario of you making complex decisions. You will be faced by a complexity
Yes.
nature of
Yes.
running this business.
Yes.
And it is not, and I mentioned this, it is not when revenue grows or you have great number of staff,
Yeah.
but when you are faced by this complexity. And they will come, because every business as it grows, it will come to a point whereby they want to expand. Either
I see.
probably they want to bring a new product line, they want to venture into a new market.
Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur, if you are operating alone, you
Yeah.
find at that point you really need a third eye or someone else who is bringing in a lot of experience. Because, and of which we'll still mention this, the board members come with wealth of experience. Because these are people who have worked for a number of years. These
Yeah.
are people who have been exposed quite a lot.
Yeah.
And you find that their value to an enterprise is so immense that at this point you are being faced with this complexity. It becomes easy for you to navigate and stay focused
Yes.
in achieving the goals.
Wow,
Yes.
wow, wow. So you're saying that the right time for an entrepreneur to constitute a board for its governance
Yes.
is when faced by particular challenges that they're not able to do on their own. And I'm wondering, do these challenges come at the same time?
I knew that was coming.
Yes.
But what I will need to mention is that they don't come at the same time.
Yes.
And when they come, you will
Yes.
know. You cannot
Yes.
plan for it. You cannot say,
see.
1 year, 2 years down the line, I will constitute a board.
I hear you.
It is how the business is growing. It's how
Yes.
the business, the decisions that you are
the-
making, are they easy? Is it easy for you to make these decisions?
I see.
So it will prompt itself. The enterprise will prompt you
Yeah.
as the owner or as the founder.
Yeah.
This is the time you really need someone else to
Yeah.
come in and help you.
I see. So what I hear you say, Collins,
Yes.
is that it's possible to constitute a board that is not, what am I saying? So for example, the expertise you need for this moment
Yes.
is legal,
Yes.
is financial,
Yes.
and is technological.
True.
The 3 areas.
Yes.
So it's possible to constitute a board that only has the 3,
Yes.
and in 2 years you figure out
Yes.
that it's not only the 3 areas, it's
Yes.
also
Yes.
strategy. There's
Exactly.
another need.
Exactly.
So you bring on someone else into the board that
Exactly.
would be able to do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sounds good.
And just
Sounds
to add
good.
on that,
Yeah.
is even as you start, definitely there are things to consider
Yes.
before you make this decision to constitute a board.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as an entrepreneur, you will need first to understand. Do you have a clear strategy?
And allow me to interrupt your line of
Yes,
thought
yes.
so that we take a very short break.
Thank you.
And we come back and you tell us now that process,
Thank
how you need to do it.
Thank you so much.
So our dear viewers, we take a very short break and we will be back in a minute or two just to continue. So just keep it right there. Just grab a glass of water and let's keep it right there because there is more to unpack. And I'm hoping that you're enjoying this discussion. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's finally here. The breakfast show that will kickstart your morning with a message of hope, coupled up with wholesome music, and of course, captivating conversations that matter to you.
We shall touch on topics on law, relationships, the Christian walk, and in addition, we will also be keeping you up to date with news and all the trending topics.
Join me, Beatrice Watare,
And me, George Gishoro, every Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Hope at Dawn.
only on Hope TV, where you look
And live.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, becomes better. And I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better, Cindy.
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcast?
Really? Even which of the one?
I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out their latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Well, thank you for keeping it right there. I'm glad you didn't take off. We're still here with Collins, and Collins was just helping us to see what steps do you need to take so that you can be able to constitute a board, and you can pick it up from there, Collins.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Yes, I had mentioned that before an entrepreneur constitutes a board, there are specific things that they will need to consider.
Yes.
And first of the things first is that they will need to look at, do they have a clear strategy?
Yeah.
Because nobody will want to come in as a director where there is no direction. No one will want to come to a board where there is no direction.
Yeah.
So as an entrepreneur, you will need first to focus and look at where do I want to go? How is my vision aligned to my mission? Because the board members who are coming in, they're coming in to contribute towards the mission of you achieving the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is something very important. An entrepreneur will need to look at. The other thing they will need to look at is what is the challenge at hand right now? And how do they foresee it moving forward? Yeah. Are they ready? First, I always say you really need to be ready in the mind that someone else is coming to help you make decisions, and you need to allow them that space, give them that space for them to help you.
Yes.
You know? We are dealing with us from the CBA perspective. We are having entrepreneurs who are still at acceleration stage, growth stage, who I also feel we really need them to start thinking of the aspect of having a board. And as CBA, we do constitute a board for them to make sure that, because as I mentioned to you, it's not only funding. We are not only looking at, you brought your ask or your budget and just fund you and we let you go. We understand the importance of having this board.
Yes.
And for them in the CBA family, we come in at the point of we have started working with you. Yeah, so at that point, we want to just make them start right from scratch
From the
as
board
they move forward.
I see.
Exactly. Then generally on the other entrepreneurs, you find most enterprises start from the family level.
I see.
You find it is husband and wife who are starting this enterprise. And it will go to a point whereby now the kids come in. Then eventually what happens is you will find family issues which are bringing or affecting the business, the operations of the business,
yeah.
or even halting growth. You know, and at that point, as an entrepreneur, that's when you are now forced to make a decision of, now I really need an oversight board, which
Yes.
can make decisions and they be followed. Yeah. So those are some of the things that you look at as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and as you were talking, you know, what was going through my mind is it that for funding,
Yes.
an organization that already has a board is more attractive, or what really is it in terms of, okay, let me ask my question differently,
Yes.
and probably also come to that bit of funding because it's an area of interest.
Exactly.
Is it a requirement by law
Uh-huh.
that an enterprise must be governed by a board, number one? But secondly, also, what is this fuss about funding, and you must constitute a board for you to?
All right.
Where is this balance, you know?
All right. I don't think it's a requirement by the law
Yes,
for any private entity to have a board.
I hear
You
you.
can run it, as and we have seen
Yes.
companies run by one person. But from CBA, we also don't say that this is the first requirement for you to have. You must have a board for us to come in. No. The board, in fact, the board that we constitute as CBA is the one that just to facilitate the entrepreneur to move forward. We want to work with you, as
Yes.
I mentioned, I think earlier to you, that we want to work with entrepreneur. And one of the way of working with entrepreneur is having them like it on a daily basis. We are with them, yeah, and that can only happen if we have this this board, which comprises of CBA representative, myself who is a local representative, and the entrepreneur himself, and probably if they also have other people they are interested in. That is how we look at it. But
Yes.
now, the value this board I would look at is from the perspective of CBA is the aspect of de-risking. Yeah, because one of the things is if an entrepreneur has a board, at least we know there are people who are overseeing this business.
Yes.
And for us, if you were to rank in terms of the more
Risk.
risky business and
Less
the
risky.
less risky, the one that has a board would be like, wait a minute, let's look at this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
And I think it's from every investor's perspective, really.
True.
Yeah,
True. Because
because,
everybody is also keen on making sure they de-risk as much as possible. Yeah.
I think so,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, but besides, I hear you say that the work of a board really is help the entrepreneur meet their vision by taking care of their mission, what they are doing every day.
Exactly.
Yeah, so really, what is the role of a successful or proper board?
All right. That's a very good question. And you know, there is there is the issue of doing things right as opposed to doing the right thing as opposed to doing things right.
Yes.
Right? And a successful board will bring in it three things. One of them, in finance, it will help you oversee the results of the
Yes.
organization,
Yes.
of your enterprise. It will help you be able to allocate earnings the right way. In terms of just looking at your cash flow and giving you advice. Remember, these people have the expertise needed of long-time and experience.
Yes.
So they have the expertise that is required for you to be able to make wise decisions.
Yes.
In terms of vision,
Yeah.
you will find that the board will, a successful board is that board which will help you stay in focus of looking at where you are heading. And, you know, as long as you are answerable to this board,
Yes.
you are accountable to this board, they will keep you on check to make sure that you maintain the path
I see.
of your strategic objectives.
Objectives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow.
Then there is also the issue of reinforcement. a successful board is that board that will reinforce your enterprise by giving day-to-day wisdom of running your business. Because
Yeah.
these complex decisions
Yeah.
are not something that comes monthly or yearly, or it's a day-to-day thing.
I hear you.
And this board will come in to reinforce. So a successful board is that board that is going to reinforce day-to-day
Operations of your business.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So in short, reinforcement, there's
Vision.
keeping you vision,
And also the finance aspect.
the finance aspect.
Exactly.
Wow. So do you have a board? I am asking you, the entrepreneur, do you have a board in place? What is stopping you from having a board? Isn't your business at that level where you need to have a board? This is something that you need to consider, because like Collins began by saying, it is impossible to have everything that you need to run that business as you. Why? Because you need expert advice, you need the support of somebody who will keep you fixed on the goal that you have set for your business, but also to bring in those checks and balances that you will need to successfully run your business. So it's advisable that you would look out to having a board in place that will be helpful for all these things. But even as we move on, please send in your questions, send in your comments. We are here to interact with you on Hope TV_KE, that's on Twitter, as well as Facebook. But if you want to send an SMS, you can send it via 22233. We are here to interact with you, even as we move on, Collins.
Thank you.
So, a board, are there, I keep wondering, and I think I'm taking you back to a question that I earlier asked in terms of the age of a business and the type of a business.
Yes.
Do you think that there are organizations, now leave alone enterprises that exist to make profit, are there some that are not necessarily for profit, maybe they're for impact,
Yes.
that would do without a board? Or every organization, it's very important to have
In fact, I would support your last statement.
Yeah.
It is important.
It's important.
It is not a must,
Yeah.
but it is important.
Yeah.
It is very important.
Yes.
Because as I mentioned, the people that you look at, the people that constitute this board,
Yes.
you find that some of the qualities, which probably we'll still talk about it,
Yeah.
are people who have been either in corporate world or who have
Yes.
been in business for some time.
Yeah.
And they really understand and are able to help you make wise and quick and wise decisions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is important.
Yeah.
Though it is not a must, because there are people who feel like I can move, but eventually you will come find your business at a point whereby you really need to make very key decisions, which are complex.
Yeah.
I think I've used the word complex because I think that is one thing that will force an entrepreneur seek to have a board.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hear you.
Yes.
And one question that I keep getting and I keep hearing,
Yes.
are board members paid?
Yes, they do. But now, from the aspect of from CBS perspective, what I'm having in my mind is that we really encourage entrepreneurs to have volunteer board members.
Yes.
I always believe that we have people out there who have wealth of experience, who are not able to offload that world of experience anywhere, and they are willing to do that. I have experienced that.
Yeah.
As we talk with entrepreneurs, I've helped them approach some people who are totally willing
Yes.
to offer this kind of volunteer
Support.
support. Yes. So it's not even from the early stage when the entrepreneur is growing. You see,
Yeah.
at this point, you are really trying to ensure that your cash outflow
Yeah.
is lower than your cash inflow,
I
so that at
know.
least you can be a bit liquid and move your enterprise forward.
Enterprise
So at that
further.
point, you try as much as possible. You minimize your cash outflow. So if it is possible for you to get a volunteer board,
Good.
it is a plus
It's
for you.
the
It is a benefit
ideal.
for you. And I'm very sure out there we have people who are ready to support these
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. I
Yeah.
have seen that. If, in fact, what we are doing at CPA, we don't charge the entrepreneur. We don't. Because our goal is not first to make money, but to see this entrepreneur grow and impact the society with job creation.
Job creation.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow, wow, this is massive.
Yes.
Collins, imagine time moves so fast, but maybe you could just handle just one last one as
Yes,
you
yes.
do even your parting shot.
Yes.
I'm keen to know who's the ideal person to be part of a board. How do you
Alright.
know the ideal person to be part of a board?
Wow, thank you. Thank you for that question, because one of the things I believe is that each enterprise will attract different kind of people and different expertise.
Yeah.
But one of the things an entrepreneur will need to look at is, what does he really require? Remember, I mentioned items that an entrepreneur needs to look at before
Yes.
he makes a decision to constitute a board.
Yes.
The issue of strategy.
Yeah.
Like, when you talk about this strategy, who do you really want, or where do you find you have weakness?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, that will create an opportunity for you to consider having someone coming from that strength. Then you look at, because, you know, there are many aspects that you're looking
Yes.
at.
Yes.
There are those ones which you know completely you don't have
I
a
have-
skill in
yeah,
that,
yeah.
or expertise in that.
Yes.
So those are the ones now which will advise you the kind of a person that you need to bring on board. Then the other thing which will cut across is the issue of maturity.
Yes.
I always say that you need someone who has been in the industry for some time and they have real-time experience.
Experience,
Yeah, not
yes.
something
That they are
theoretical.
talking
They are
about,
talking
yeah.
about. So someone who has been either in corporate world or an entrepreneur who can help you make the right decisions. I think those are the few points which comes in to form the ideal person to be in a board.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And I'm really hoping that you have picked something from our session tonight. Time is drawing near for us to close, and I just want to invite you, Collins, to do your parting shot.
Right.
And we call it an evening.
Wow. Thank you, Sarah. And I will mention something that I have talked about. I look at an enterprise as like a computer system, which must have an operating system where applications run from. And for them to run effectively, they need a good operating system. This operating system in entrepreneurship, I'm looking at it like a board.
Yes.
Yeah, where management will operate in a board that is really giving them the kind of support that they really need to.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in short, Collins is calling on you to think through constituting a board for better governance of your business, because sometimes you need an eye to see what you cannot see. By the way, do you know we are blind to some of these things, but the
Exactly.
board will help you see what you cannot
Exactly,
see, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes,
so with that, our dear viewers, time has come to an end. So short, so, you know, I mean, Sundays just run, and so we come to the end of our show tonight. We are looking forward to being with you same time on Sunday night. So looking forward to seeing you. And we just want to wish you a very lovely week ahead. And may God go with you into the new week. Thank you.
Thank you.